Hey, it's me, Pocket of Rocks here, and I'm back for episode 3. It's Empire Sonnstahl vs. Saurian Ancients Brawler Bash style game, 6,000 points. I'm getting ready for a Brawler Bash this weekend, and this is a game that I played just last Saturday against my good buddy Trey, and we're going to see how it goes. And the army list. So I didn't change up too much here going on from the last game, episode 2. My changes are in yellow. What I wanted to try out really was if this Inquisitor with the Axe of Battle would be worth it opposed to taking a Knight Commander with the Sonnstahl. And I had to make some points up, so that's why I got the Giant Sword on that other Knight Commander. So 2 Knight Commanders here and an Inquisitor with the Axe of Battle, trying him out. My opponent's list is the Saurian Ancients roster. He's got a Cuddle Lord. That's the guy, big fat guy. He's going to be casting magic, sitting in the back. He's got these Firstborn Warlords on a Alpha Carnosaur. I know this guy's going to tear me up. There's a picture of him on this slide. I always have trouble with this guy. I never really can defeat him. Firstborn Veteran. One's got a 1-up armor save. And a 5-up ward. The other one's got a 1-up and a 4-up. And then he's got some skinks with some caimans in them. A couple chameleons, some more skink hunters throwing spears. He's got 2 weapons beasts. They're spearbacks. Stegosaur with the shaman. And one of the Pterosaurs is the godly engine. And then just another plain Pterosaur. So a little bit about his list. And deployment. So the board looks like this. I think I actually let him deploy first, and I kind of want to see where he was going to deploy. So I took this side. I've got a little hill. I'm on the south side here. I got a little hill on my side, some buildings and so forth, and I think I can set up pretty well. I really want to see how he would deploy. He comes in, deploys his whole army like this. He just lays it out. He wants to go first. He shows me his hand. He has it very heavy to the right with all his monsters. He's going to swoop in at me and just try to flank me with them. And then on the other side, it's a little bit deceiving, but he has his 1 block of skinks with the caimans, but he's got his 2 other heroes here that are riding around on the cold ones. Let's see. 1 there and 1 there. And those I know are more powerful than they look, as well as these spearbacks. Now he's using these models to represent the spearbacks for this game while he's got his other models out and getting painted up for the Brawler Bash we're going to in a few days. And I know that those guys are going to be a problem for me as well. A little bit better look at what he's got. And over here on the right side of the table, his Cuddle Lord, which is also his BSB and his General and everything, is right here in a little bunker unit. And he's got some chameleons that are off the side. Those are going to be ambers. I decide, okay, well, I'm going to deploy my troops as such. I've got my forces arrayed like this. He puts down his first, I guess, vanguarding unit. I vanguard up here, but this rock. Now, I think I'm hidden here from his shooting, but we'll see how that works out for me. And then he brings in his other unit of skinks. And then brings in his chameleons there. So this here is a picture of what I think my game plan is going to be based off of deployment. The game hasn't started yet. We have everything laid down. Remember that I had the opportunity to see where all his troops were going to go and to try to counter deploy him. This has got the majority of my forces in this picture. You can kind of see. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to delay and try to just slow down his main block of the big dinosaurs, the big monsters on the right with my militia, and I've got some readers over there. I've got the Black Knights that also have a Knight Commander in them with a Strength 7 weapon. I don't think he'll be able to defeat any of those guys totally, but the plan is to just slow them down. And then what I want to do is bring my forces up hard on the left side, and I'm going to try to, I feel like he's got his Cuddle Lord in a vulnerable position. I'm going to try to get up there as fast as I can and try to get to him and make him have to kind of switch up his strategy. So we'll see how it turns out. So here we're going on to turn 1, and I have a picture of the first known Saurian ancient. Okay, so it's turn 1, Saurian ancients. He moves his troops up as such, and he's moving up his skinks on the right and his chameleons with their poison shooting, and he moves up a little bit with his big monster blocks. And this is a picture. He goes and starts shooting. I think this I rolled 3. I failed 3 saves. Here's what happened. That's where I said, well, I thought I was safe because I was going to go behind this rock, and he wouldn't be able to see me. But I wasn't thinking that his guys can move and shoot, and that's what happened. They moved. They got invisibility, and he shot me with the skinks and the chameleons. Not good play on my part. That's why I'm a bad wargamer. And then over here, he does a similar thing. He comes in, shoots, and takes out, more than half of my pistol militia, so they're not going to be very effective. Over here, he shoots at me again. He gets 1 flagellate, no big deal there. And I took a picture of this because this was a picture of what his spearbacks rolled for shooting. So a very, very high roll, and that seemed to be the case all game. So the funny thing is he forgot his dice, or he couldn't find them, so he borrows my dice. And so we split up my dice. The half I gave him apparently were the hot dice, because all game long he was just dominating shooting and magic. And the dice I got apparently were the poor dice, because they were complete opposite. But we'll see how that all works out. So he lays into me with his spearbacks. He takes out 2 or 3 of my knightly order knights there. Those guys have got 1-up armor saves. Too good. And that's what it looks like at the end of his turn. Now it's my turn. Empire Sonnstahl, turn 1. I don't have much going in here. I do bring that 1 reader up to kind of get in the way of his monster blocks, and he was like, why are you doing that? I can just go around you. And I was like, well, I don't really know what else they're going to do. It's just 1 guy. And lo and behold, it does end up playing a little bit of a part in the game further along here. And on the left side, we can see the table here. I move up. I move my readers up down here, trying to so his skinks can't get into me here. I'm moving up my flagellates here, hoping that I can threaten these spearbacks and bringing my knights up here. We go on. I'm not sure exactly what I do here. Something with the spearbacks. I think I try to do magic, some fire magic on them. It doesn't really do much with a wound on them. I know that these guys are a big threat. I just am not able to do much against them. So I do try to do some magic. Nothing happens. I try to do some shooting. Nothing really happens there. We go into turn 2, and lo and behold, did you know that Batman was a Saurian ancient? Well, he is. All right, so turn 2. It's Saurian Ancient's turn 2. He's got to try to put... he decides... I thought I was pretty far away, but he decides to charge into this unit here. I didn't think I was that close. They weren't auto makes by any means. But he does end up making those charges, as we'll see here in a second. Over here, he moves up. He's slowed down here. So what happened was he did, even though he's got to roll 3 dice for leadership checks, because he's got the cold-blooded rule. He failed some checks on his leaderships to march. So this lone little guy did pay off. This lone reader. We move over to this side of the table, and it looks like he comes up, brings his. I don't think he charged here. He just moved up his skink unit with his 2 Caymans up to the front of me, so that I wouldn't be able to countercharge into the side flank of his 2 guys right here, his 2 heroes. Those guys are really, really tough, and that's going to be a problem. And over on the right side, he's got this dinosaur, pterosaur, whatever it's called, threatening me. He did move back his Cuddle Lord, so he did recognize that I had a threat there going on, and he pulled him back and got him into safety, and he did turn this unit to face this way. So, I have a plan. We'll see how it works out. He goes in. I think this is magic. He kills off 5 guys there. Not too good. That's that flagellate unit. I really need them to be able to to put some pressure on him. And then they go into shooting. They kill some more. Not looking too good there. He cast Enveloping Embers. I took a photo of it here. He did a miscast, but it only kills 3 or 4 of his guys. Not a big deal. It's actually a bigger deal for me. I actually tried to stop it, but I wasn't able to stop the miscast. I wasn't worried about letting him have it, but it gets through and it causes a lot of problems for me. So you can see he kills another one of my militia with it. They do pass their leadership test. Over here, the little reader gets killed off by that spell. It's an area spell. One more militia dies here, but they don't panic, I don't believe. But over here, wow, look at this. He has got all of these flagellates down, and all I have left is, it's kind of hard to tell because this guy's kind of hidden. He looks like a flagellate. Is this one hero and one guy? That's it. So that is going to be a big problem for me. They are basically ineffective now. All they can do is kind of get in the way of his troops. We come down here. We're fighting the 2 lords that he has on these cold ones. And what happens here is, I'm thinking, okay, well, one, I didn't think he was going to be able to make both of those charges, but he did. So maybe bad positioning on my part. Not maybe, it was. And then I'm like, well, I have 1-up armor save on this guy. Now he's going after him because he's a mage because he has the wizard hood, and he's a prelate. So he's got basically majority of my magic power wrapped up in that guy right there. So he targets him. I don't have a champion in this unit, kind of points reasons, and I accept. I'm not that worried about it. I think I will last a turn or 2. Because I have a 1-up armor save, even though he's, I think, strength 7 with a great weapon. But I roll no. This is my roll over here on the left. A 1, a 1, a 2, and a 1. Those were my saves that I rolled. So I didn't save anything, and he dies. So that's what happened. So we fight over there. This is the result. I lose my prelate with the wizard hood way too early, and I lose 4 flagellates. Looks like that. Over here, his skinks come in, they attack me, and he killed off 3 readers, believe it or not. I don't think I made any saves either. So again, dice not really helping me out here. And probably my tactics aren't helping me out either. Alright, so now it's my turn. He's right up in my face. There's nothing I can do but charge into these guys. But we'll see how it's going to work out. I'm pretty confident that I can take this unit out. And I've got a bunch of heroes in here. I've got my Lord with the Beastbane halberd. I've got my Inquisitor here with the Axe of Battle. This is the General with the Beastbane. And I got my BSB. He's got a hero sword, so I'm pretty confident I'm going to kill that unit. He knows that, but he's setting me up. I really have no other choices. So we're still fighting the flagellates over here. We're still fighting these skinks with the javelins over here. I got these guys over here with their spears, whatever it's called. This dinosaur here. I charge in. And I think I'm going to win that battle. I've got my hero there. And we've got, at the same point we're playing this game, some of our club mates in the Columbia Misfires are watching a message board where we're showing some pictures. And they're yelling at me, hey, charge this guy. I'm like, you're going to get flanked. I'm like, I know what's going on. I just can't stop it. So I charge in. I'm hoping I'm going to kill the guy. I feel like I got a pretty good chance of doing that, and that'll slow him down. I bring up my white knights over here, and I'm trying to get around behind him. And I think that could be a big problem for him. So then we go into shooting, and I don't know if you watched episode 2, but in episode 2, this guy, Leonardo, and his volley gun crew were fighting for the dwarfs, and they just did a licking on me. And in this game, it's kind of the opposite. Leonardo, he rolled this. This is his roll. He got a 1, a 1, and a 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 8 shots from a volley gun. I got more shots from the unit of crossbows than I got from this guy. So that does nothing, and I really needed him to do some wounds onto those spearbacks or somebody. Nothing happens. So Leonardo's getting fired. He is not going to Brawler Bash. Somebody else, the other volley gun, is going to be taking his place. And Leonardo, you're going to go onto the shelf back into, I guess, your gamer's timeout. Over here, we've got continue the fight with the 2 guys on the cold ones here, or whatever they're called now. We're fighting them. I don't know where his list is. I had it somewhere. I apologize. It's Battleport. I'm trying to get ready for Brawler Bash, so I'm rushing this one a little bit. Alright, so over here we got the fight going on with my Knight Commander and these Black Knights, which are armed with Strength 5 Cavalry halberds. But I wanted to show you this roll again. This was my roll for attacks. I don't do any wounds with my Black Knights. My Knight Commander did do some wounds. I got 3 wounds on him. He kills 1 guy. He's on, I believe, a leadership 6, but of course he's cold-blooded. He sticks it, and that is going to prove to be a big turning point and a really big problem for me. Over here, we annihilate this unit, and this unit of skinks is on the run. And I would like to say that the Inquisitor with the Axe of Battle, he's got 6 attacks, and with that he's strength 4, but they're multi-wounds. He was able to go after those Caimans along with the General who has the Beastbane halberd, and that combination, I think, surprised him a little bit of how effective it was against his monstrous infantry. So I'd like to see how that turned out. That's a combo I'm going to keep for Brawler Bash, I believe. And we go into turn 3. So this is interesting. This is another picture of an ancient Saurian. Actually, I believe this is from the ruins in Babylon. And this is not a picture I took, but actually when I was in the service and I was in Iraq, I actually saw that firsthand. Very interesting. Okay, so back to the battle. Saurian Ancients, turn 3. He charges in now with his other dinosaur guy. Over here we got his cold one looking down at me, getting ready to charge in. This raptor. And he turns around his other leader, which is also able to cast magic. This guy here on this monster, he turns them around because I've got the knights kind of coming this way. So he's trying to protect himself over there. And I get some magic off. Oh, he kills... Well, actually, I had that magic off. He kills 1 guy here. Spearbacks, sadly. Over here, we got the militiamen. They get killed by the chameleons. And I don't exactly remember what happens here. I think he shoots me. He kills exactly... I believe it's 3. It's enough to cause me a panic. I fail my panic check, of course, because I'm failing everything this game. And they run off the board. So, bye, crossbowmen. It was nice knowing you. This is the carnage that happens from this battle. I believe that was all just impact hits. We lose a few more in combat. I don't even know if I put a wound on him. We auto break, and it looks like that. He's repositioned his troops so that he can charge the knights down here. and being able to charge Leonardo next turn, who's worthless anyhow. And we go over here when we're still fighting. We did kill one of these guys, and we still have one left. He has one wound. And we go back. And I've got this other unit here. And then just off the table, I've got those two monsters coming up around my side. So I'm in a big problem here. I'm not sure why this picture is turned like this. It's not turned in my presentation, but for some reason it is right now. So these blue knights, I attempt to charge this unit. I know that this guy is coming for me. I got to get out of his line of sight. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. It's Brawler Bash. I'm going to try to charge these skinks. I can make that charge. I'll be in good shape, and I'll get out of line of sight. It's not that far. I roll terrible, and I don't make it. So that's going on. So we continue to fight here. I bring my readers up around behind this block of warriors, and we go to the next movement. I move my white knights up again by this rock. I'm just trying to get around him, trying to get away from a little bit of the shooting, and to threaten his other large monster beasts, or get this table quarter. At least get some points for controlling the table quarter. We fight here. I get annihilated over here. More flagellas die. I don't do any wounds here. And this is what it looks like. So I do kill his skink unit. The problem is there's just not really a good way. I tried different things. Which way do I face? It doesn't really matter. He's going to get a flank or a rear or both on me. So I just try to position myself as such so that if he charges in to me, then at least I can, if he charges in here with this guy, which he's going to, maybe he goes in here, I don't know, I think he comes in here. At least I have the Beastbane Halberd on this guy. He might be able to defend himself. So that's what I decided to do there, and that's one of the reasons why I position myself as such. I know these guys are going to come in here. These guys are going to shoot me. This guy's held up for now, but it's a big problem. And we go into turn 4. This is a pretty appropriate picture, I believe. And turn 4, Saurian Ancients. So he does make his charge, because I'm not able to get away. He gets the charge here into the Blue Knights, and that's going to be a bad day for them. He gets into Leonardo. Who cares? Leonardo is worthless and deserves to die to the dinosaurs. Oops. Move this guy over in front of my white knights, and move these guys back. And so now really what he's just doing is he's positioning all his troops to encircle me. And he's doing a good job of them. Now, I don't know if I haven't done a video yet with the player I'm playing today. His name's Trey. He's our #1 player in our club for sure, as far as being the best tactically proficient player. He scores the highest. We play a lot. He always beats me. And again, it's going to be another huge victory, it looks like, for him. So at this point, I'm pretty demoralized. I really hope that I'll just be able to give him a decent game today, but it's not really happening. So I've had these guys behind. They get killed. I think it's by magic. I don't even remember. Everything was just done. And then over here, I lose another guy to shooting. I lose a few more to these stupid spearbacks. Now, we had a debate. He told me that a volley gun was better than these units of spearbacks, and I disagreed. And I said, no, they're not better, because those spearbacks are really good. They're not expensive. They can move and shoot. There's just so many advantages to them, and I think it's being proven today in this match, because volley gun has done nothing. Spearbacks have done amazing. This guy comes in. Now, this guy's on the Alpha Connoisseur. He just eats everybody except for this one lone guy in the center. That guy breaks. He wisely flees off the table to go live another day, and he runs away, and I don't blame him. Leonardo, you finally die. I hate you. I'm glad you're dead. And then we go over here. He ends up killing off the rest of the Fledged Adult block. I get another wound on him, but I'm not able to kill him. That's going to free this hero up here to turn around and be another flanker to my main block. And as you can see here, I'm surrounded. It's a complete surrounding by the Saurian ancient forces. They're just going to charge in next turn and kill me. And so we decided to end it there. There was a couple more pictures. Actually, my camera ran out of photos. I think I was suffering a little bit of PTSD from this defeat. I didn't even do the score. I don't think it matters. It's pretty obvious. It's a complete tabling of me. A massacre by the Saurian ancients. Well played by my opponent, and he definitely had all the dice god luck going for him this game, and I think I didn't have any, so hopefully that's going to flip around for me going into Brawler Bash, and I can do a little bit better than I did in this video here. So thanks again. I want to just throw a shout out to Firefly Games. If you're in the Columbus, South Carolina area, you got to check it out. You got to give me a call. Let's get some games in. If you're out of town, let me know. And again, I think there's 47, 50 people, almost 50 people signed up for Brawler Bash when I checked today. So there's still a little bit of time. If you're interested in going to Brawler Bash, give them a shout. Send them an email. See if you can get in. I think lists were already due, but you still might be able to get into it. It looks like it's going to be about 50 people this year. Great turnout. I know there's a Adepticon going on. That's a little bit far from us. So some competition going there between some of the players having to choose one or the other. Not really logistically a choice for me, so I'm really happy to see this tournament. Come on out, check it out. Stop by the store, even if you're not playing. You're just interested in 9th Age. Come down to Atomic Empire in Durham, North Carolina, and check it out. And thanks for watching. If you really enjoyed this video, if you like what I'm doing, let me know. If you've got some tactic advice, let me know. And subscribe. And I'll keep making them. So again, thanks for watching.